What's up, YouTube? Coming here at you with the 2020 Road Glide Special Limited Edition. This is going to be my personal review of the bike. I've had it for about 5,000 miles, and I wanted to go over some pros and cons for you guys. Make sure it would be the right bike for you if this is what you're looking at. You know, just give you a good general idea of what a Road Glide Special is going to do for you. Alright, so this comes with the 114-inch motor, the new Milwaukee 8, which is way better than the twin cam. I know it doesn't shake as much or feel as much like a Harley, but it's got more power, runs cooler. It'll feel better on the long distance trips and get slightly better fuel economy. Alright, so now that y'all have gotten a good look at this bike, let's dive into some of the details and what the bike comes with and what you can expect it's going to handle like and perform like. First up, I want to say it comes with the twin disc brakes. They're RDRS, so they've got the ABS in there, and they've got lean sensitive ABS, and they've got wet weather sensing as well. Let me show you what that looks like. You come over here and turn on the bike. Right in this one, you're gonna see that blue little cloud. So if you go ahead and switch over here, your traction control, you're gonna see that turn on. You get wet weather traction. You can also turn this off, and then you can turn it all the way off if you'd like. I recommend leaving it on. Doing a burnout on a 950-pound bike is sick, but you wouldn't really want to drop a brand new bike. All right, let's continue. So like I said earlier, it comes with that 114-inch motor, puts out 122 foot-pounds, and who knows how much horsepower because they don't advertise that, but I bet it's somewhere around 80. Runs good, runs cold, shifts good too. I've already had the 1,000 mile service done, which did all 3 oils. It still runs just fine. However, on the 2020s, the shifters only come with one side. You don't get the heel shifter on these, which is kind of disappointing, but it's a cheap fix. If that's what you're into, you really want that heel shifter on there, you can get it. I personally don't like it because when you put your foot on the board, if you get that heel shifter, you can't move your foot back, it gets in the way. But I know some guys are attached to them, so if you really want that, it's probably a couple $100 from Harley. That's one of the few things you should probably do to this bike, and I'll go into that in a later video. Alright, now that I'm on the bike, I want to show you guys something that's a great upgrade from previous years, and it's going to be this Gorilla Glass touchscreen. What's great about it is, if you know, in the previous years they used to have like a glass touchscreen right here, but it had 4 buttons on the side. And those would kind of weather away with time, as well as the screen would peel. But this is actually Gorilla Glass. And as you can see, it is crystal clear. Works really good, and it works great with your gloves on or without your gloves on. It's literally like an iPhone. It's extremely responsive. You've got your navigation. Take a while to load up. You've got your phone history, and you've got music. Whatever station you listen to, it's all good. The Road Glide Special also comes with a boom audio upgrade. I believe they call it a stage 1. However, it does not have stage 2 because that would require you putting speakers in the bags. One thing to note though, I'm going to be honest about this, the Harley navigation isn't all that great. It's a lot better if you just have a modern cell phone and you use that and hook it up to your navigation. You can see right here, you know, it tells you where you're at. I'm on a pretty scenic highway right now. I'm fortunate to live right next to Mulholland and some of these famous roads, so I get a bunch of twisties and things. It's really fun. But other than that, I can't complain too much about this system. It works great. I've never had any issues with it. The speakers are incredibly loud. I can hear them going up to like 90 miles an hour when I'm in Mexico doing speed runs. One more quick thing about this electronic system that Harley dealerships won't tell you, but is advertised with the bike, is that the bike says that it comes with Apple CarPlay. However, you can't just plug in your iPhone. There's a little port right here. In there's a little iPhone plug, right? If you plug in your iPhone, Apple CarPlay won't work unless you have a Bluetooth microphone. Now, John Maxwell has a video he's over at Chattahoochee Harley Davidson, how you can take your Harley to the dealership and have it wired or reprogrammed so that you don't need a Bluetooth headset. However, I'm not sure how many dealerships know how to do that, and I haven't taken my bike in to do it yet. So that's just something to be aware of. The Apple CarPlay will not work unless you get it set up to work. Another couple things that people talk about all the time when they talk about getting a new Harley is the Harley tax, which is normally the bars, the seat, the intake and the exhaust. One thing I keep in mind when you're buying a bike like this is that you're listening to the music while you ride as well. You probably paid $2 grand, $2.5 grand just for that sound system. The stock airbox, it's pretty bulky, but it looks cool. It's got the 114 on it, and the stock exhaust is pretty quiet. But I've owned a couple loud bikes. I've had a 883 Sportster as my first bike, and now I have a Softail Street Bob with a 2-in-1 on it. And I feel like if I did that on this bike, I wouldn't be able to hear the music, which is a couple grand wasted to me. I'll let you guys hear what this thing sounds like starting up. As you can tell, it's not the loudest bike in the world, but it's kind of nice when you got those long road trips and you're just trying to enjoy the views that you're not super loud on the bike. I might do a slip-on later, but it'll definitely be a mild slip-on. I don't think there's a purpose for me to be doing super loud stuff. Alright, so let's talk about who this bike is good for and who it's really not for. I would say especially set up stock, it's really good for cruising and going straight. These handlebars, some people call them the wheelbarrow handlebars because that's kind of what it feels like. They're not great for the canyons. I'm blessed enough to live somewhere where there's a ton of canyons, but riding this thing stock and trying to push it around feels like you're driving a boat with those things attached. I'll probably replace them sometime in the future, but if you plan on buying a really expensive bike and leaving it stock, I think you should think about what you're going to use it for. This should really just be a straight hauler. I've already taken on a 1,000-mile road trip, and going straight, it's perfect. I can cruise at 80 miles an hour for hours a day, and it's totally fine. One thing that you should think about too, though, and it's kind of unfortunate that Harley makes you do this, is that you should definitely replace this front windshield. I've got a Clockworks on here. I've got the 14-inch Sport Flare that I'll do a review later on, and that works great. The stock one's super short. I'm about 6'1", and I was catching a lot of wind and bugs in my face. Now that I've got this Clockworks on there, it really does great. Does a good job getting rid of all the bugs, and does a really really good job of getting rid of all the wind. I don't even wear a face mask anymore. I just wear sunglasses when I ride. Just again, guys, I've had this bike for about 5,000 miles. I want to reiterate, it's a great bike for the long haul. You won't keep up with your Dyna buddies in the canyons, but after 5,000 miles, I'm super happy that I bought this bike. It's great for just cruising. It's great for taking road trips and packing everything you might need. These saddlebags, if you've never seen a Harley saddlebag before, especially the late models, quick and easy to open. Boom, you got so much storage, even without the King Tour Pack. This is a great bike if you're looking for a bike that's going to make it the long haul. It's a beautiful bike. Definitely catches eyes when you park it at Neptune's Net or Rock Store. It's all around a great bike. Alright guys, I got a couple other bikes I'm going to be doing reviews on. I got a dirt bike, and I've got a Harley Davidson Street Bob that's a 2019 that I've had for almost 18,000 miles. It's got a ton of parts on it. I'm about to do a bunch of reviews on different parts and help you set up your own bike. So if you like these kinds of videos, definitely like and subscribe. I'll keep you updated on the content. Maybe we'll get some riding videos in too.